In 2017, the small town of Brookdale was known for two things: peaceful streets and friendly neighbors. Nothing serious ever happened there. Doors were left unlocked, bicycles rested outside overnight, and everyone trusted everyone. That is why, when the first crime occurred, no one believed it was real. It started with a missing necklace. Mrs. Helen Carter, a retired schoolteacher, noticed one morning that her gold locket had disappeared from her bedroom drawer. She was confused but thought she might have misplaced it. A week later, her neighbor Mr. Davis reported that an expensive watch had vanished from his living room. At first, people assumed it was just carelessness, but soon more reports followed. Jewelry, cash, small electronic items all disappearing without any sign of forced entry. No broken windows, no damaged doors, nothing. It was as if the items had simply vanished into thin air. The local police department was puzzled. Officer Mark Reynolds, the lead investigator, had never seen anything like it. There were no fingerprints, no witnesses, and no security camera footage. The thief was incredibly careful. Whoever was doing this clearly knew what they were doing. Fear slowly spread across the town. People began locking their doors at night. Neighborhood meetings were organized. Rumors started flying. Some blamed outsiders, others suspected teenagers, but no one had any proof. Then one evening, a major break happened. A young college student named Sarah Mitchell came home early from work and noticed something strange. Her front door, which she clearly remembered locking, was slightly open. Nervous, she stepped inside and found a man calmly standing in her hallway. Instead of panicking, Sarah quietly stepped back outside and called the police. By the time officers arrived, the man was gone. But for the first time, they had a real description: middle-aged, neatly dressed, .com, and polite-looking. Not at all like the image of a typical criminal. That clue changed everything. Officer Reynolds began reviewing all the reports again. He noticed a pattern. Every house that had been targeted belonged to elderly residents or people who lived alone. The thief was choosing victims carefully. A few weeks later, police installed small security cameras around the neighborhood. They also asked residents to be extra alert and report anything unusual. Finally, luck turned in their favor. One night, a camera captured a clear image of a man entering a backyard through an unlocked gate. He didn't break anything. He simply tried the door, found it open, and walked inside like he belonged there. The man was identified as Daniel Harper, a 42-year-old local delivery driver. No one could believe it. Daniel was well known in the town. He delivered packages, greeted people with a smile, and seemed completely normal. He had no criminal record and lived a quiet life with his wife. When police brought him in for questioning, he denied everything at first, but when shown the camera footage and evidence collected from his home, he finally confessed. His reasons shocked everyone. Daniel admitted that he had fallen into serious debt after losing money in bad investments. Instead of asking for help, he began stealing small valuable items from homes he delivered to. He memorized which houses had easy access and returned later at night. He never used force. He never threatened anyone. He simply walked in, took what he could quietly carry, and left. Over 2 years, he had stolen from more than 30 homes. Most of the items were recovered from his garage: boxes of jewelry, watches, cameras, and cash. Many victims were relieved to finally get their belongings back, but they were deeply hurt knowing the thief was someone they had trusted. In court, Daniel Harper pleaded guilty to multiple charges of theft and unlawful entry. He apologized to the community, saying shame and fear had driven him to make terrible decisions. The judge sentenced him to 4 years in prison and ordered him to repay all the victims. Brookdale slowly returned to normal after that. But the story left a permanent lesson. The town learned that crime doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it comes from ordinary people hiding big secrets. Trust is important, but awareness is necessary too. Mrs. Carter, the first victim, summed it up best when interviewed by local news. "I never imagined something like this could happen here," she said. "But I've learned that even in quiet towns, you must be careful." And so, a peaceful community discovered that real-life crime doesn't always look dangerous. Sometimes, it looks completely ordinary.